Hello.
Radio.
Can I say this?
Yes.
How great's this band, you guys? Could we?
Pound for pound, the best band in late night.
Well, I mean, they're very thin.
In particular, the two hotties.
I like a guy who's relaxed on guitar. He sits on a stool. He doesn't have to show off. He's not bending at the knee like an asshole. You know what I mean, look at how comfortable he is back there.
Let's talk, muchacho.
Get your foot out of my face, you weird. Okay.
Thank you so much for being here.
Good. Now, but the intro made it sound like I was the warm-up for comic for Conan, and then I left to go do a podcast. That's not a career move.
Well,
that's not.
But it has been. But it has been because you invented the podcast.
No, well,
I looked it up under inventions. Al Gore.
He's the internet.
The internet.
Yeah.
Jimmy Pardo podcast.
I was in early. I did not.
Aaron Ross, white R&B. So.
Yes.
No, that's Rick Astley. Fuck.
Never gonna give you up.
I'm never gonna let you down.
That's right. That's Rick.
Did we just roll each other?
We might have.
Hey! That's how you open an interview. You simultaneously rickroll each other. So let's talk about the Conan years.
What do you want to know?
Before you gave it all up.
Yeah, before I gave it up, and then the guy that came after me is awful. But
and you know it's funny because he comes after you tonight.
Wait, what? That's uncomfortable.
How many years? 5+ years at Conan?
Oh, I did it for Gary. When did you start? 15?
Jimmy passed the baton to you.
Correct.
Directly. There wasn't a beat skipped in between.
Not a beat skipped.
When Jimmy and then you, and you've done the last 4 years.
I started in 2015, February of 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's been amazing.
I did it for 6.5 years.
Six and a half years. I got to see you the 4th show ever.
Wait, is that true? At the Tonight Show?
No, I didn't get to see the
TBS?
Tonight Show. Most people didn't get to see the Tonight Show.
We were not on very long.
No, you were not on very long. You started there.
I started day one at the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien.
Day one at the Tonight Show. I saw you the 4th TBS show.
I see.
It was very loud. A friend's band was playing, and I got lucky.
What was the name of the outfit?
The Decemberists.
The Decemberists. Very good band.
Yeah,
fellas, you're... No? Okay.
Friends of mine. All right, so...
Here's the deal, Aaron. I started day one at the Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien. We were on for 7 months, and then we all got fired because Jay Leno wanted his job back, and somebody thought that was a good idea. And, these headlines are going to read themselves. And, America demands mediocrity.
And with these cars for a little while. I think I can come back.
I got 75,000 cars. You can all relate to that. Nobody can relate to that, Jay. You're an asshole. Now.
Hey, come on, tell me what you really think there, Jimmy.
He's a good guy. No, he's a horrible human being. I can say that from the privacy of a saloon on Fairfax.
That's a great time to tell us all what you think. We got 69 views on that. Now carry on.
Then we were off 9 months. Then we went to TBS. And,
may I inquire about the Tonight Show thing?
What do you want to know?
That was devastating, but I hear that because of Jay, Conan was very generous. Big settlements. You get a bunch of cheese out of that. Is that how you started the podcast? You invented the podcast?
No, again, I was doing the podcast prior to this.
You were just sitting on a pile of money.
I know you hate your narrative, but no, the podcast was around
I
before
like my
that.
narrative. You want a pile of money like Scrooge McDuck, no
We
pants.
did not get piles of money.
And then you jumped down, caught a microphone, and then told people to come over to your house and sit on the money and do a podcast.
One guy got a pile of money, and the rest of us...
with me over here.
Yes. We did okay.
You did okay. But that softened the blow, and then came the TBS.
Yeah, we went to TBS.
And that you did for 5+ years.
Yeah,
so tell me about being a warm-up comedian. How do you even get that? To give me the genesis of getting that gig with Conan.
Well, I got it. I'm not a warm-up guy. Gary is a professional warm-up, but he's very good at it, and he's talented at it, and there's a skill to doing what they do. I'm just a jackass comedian, and...
Me too.
I knew Andy Richter a little bit. Andy Richter recommended me for the job. And then I went in for a meeting, and they said, do you want to start tomorrow? And I said, okay. And that's how I got it. And then I prayed to God I didn't get fired every goddamn day.
That's fantastic. When I saw you at the TBS show, you're one of the fastest people I've ever seen.
Well, you're very nice to say that.
You're very fast. And you had to do it for a while. It was one of those days. And I remember,
we have to
I
spread a
remember
little bit?
being backstage, and there were things that weren't going right.
Right.
And Andy was unhappy about something, and they just weren't getting something together. And I think you did like 45 minutes.
Yeah, there was a couple times I had to go long like that. And
that's a doozy.
That's way too long. You should do about 12 at the most.
At what point do you get to 12 and then get to 20 and then just kind of sit with people and go, so fuck it?
I'm not. I don't give up. I'm a professional. I'm going to give 100%. No, I didn't give up. What the fuck?
You ever start singing? You ever start doing show tunes? What happens in the second half of a day?
You saw what I did. I just fucking talked for 45 minutes. What do you mean?
You basically did do this.
I do show tunes in the middle of my act anyway, so that's not a stretch. I'd like an Evita. You want to hear something from Evita? Not tonight, of course, but I'm
No, later on. I've got some candles.
I'll
and
do a
sorrow we
Les
can do.
Mis. I'll do whatever you want to hear.
All right. Well, and that's the key to
Pippin?
it. Isn't that the key to it? It is to sort of never. It's the never give up. Never give up, never surrender. I mean, you're in front of all these people. You can't lay down. You can't stop. You have to keep the
Well, it's
energy
not
up.
Vietnam. It's just doing warm up for a comedy show.
I don't know. Comedically, it might be Vietnam.
I don't know. I mean, at 45 minutes in, it certainly seems like Charlie's coming after me. But I mean, it's not.
Flashbacks of bad guests and stuff.
This is the end.
The end,
My
my
only
friend.
the end. That's the Doors. Go ahead.
It is the Doors very much. So now you've had a lot of hats in late night as well. You've
Sure.
been a warm-up guy, but you're a contributor on Conan. You were a field correspondent.
I did some remotes for them. I co-hosted. I filled in for Andy a couple of times.
How many times did you co-host?
I did two and a half roughly. I was there for the
How
third.
do you get a half? Andy
Here's what
comes in and
happened.
goes, get the fuck out of here, nerd.
That's what happened. He was
Really?
supposed to miss 3 days, and then as I was getting ready for the third day, they went, "Hey, Andy's here!" Like, somebody got a little jealous.
What was the feeling being a co-host for Conan O'Brien?
It was. I got the phone call. I was actually not too far from here, and they called up and said, "Andy has to miss a couple of days. Conan wants you to co-host. What do you think?" And I swerved into a pole. And was like, what? And
Popped out the front window, was like running like the Flintstones, and it just popped right in.
it just kept moving. I was Dino. So it was amazing. It was like, but it paid off. I was slowly poisoning Andy Richter anyway, so it worked out. Yeah, it just was a matter of time before that call came in.
Smart move. Right, and then you gave it up, all of that to invent the podcast.
I did not give it up.
Tell me about inventing you gave it all up. You gave it to Gary Cannon, a real warm-up comedian. Your words, not mine.
I did give it to Gary Cannon. That's a true statement.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second, but let's talk about inventing the podcast.
I did invent
How does that come up?
podcasting.
How does that happen? You've got an inside line with Al Gore to the internet, and you go, this could be a thing. We could get some
Well,
money off of this.
my producer co-host Matt Belknap came to me in 2006, and here's the truth.
Yes.
Aaron, I was doing something not unlike this. I was doing a show at the UCB Theater called Running Your Trap with Jimmy Pardo, which was a non-televised talk show, whereas everybody else, I'm sure, in your world likes to say, "Oh, so you still do that fake talk show of yours?" Oh, there's no doubt they're saying that, by the way.
Jimmy Pardo, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Jimmy.
No, I'm not shitting on you. I heard it all the time.
No, I know it.
You're still doing the fake show. It's not fake. It's real. There's just isn't. We're not televised.
It's you're still doing the talk show thing?
Yeah.
Like, Dad, are you still doing the attorney thing?
I don't think you can compare the two, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, you're here. Your dad's got a firm. I was doing this.
And now Gary Cannon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring Gary Cannon. So the podcast, the pile of money, the podcast. You invented the thing, the internet without.
Didn't do any of that.
It's the straight truth. Give me the truth.
He said, Matt Belknap came to me and said, "Why don't we try to turn your live talk show into a podcast?"
Not fake.
That's correct, Aaron.
Yeah, that's right.
And I said, I don't know what that means, but let's give it a go. And here we are 13 years later, and, I bought a house.
You bought a house? You bought a house off podcasting? Bah, the dream.
Who are you kicking?
Success right out the door. So how many episodes you got there? Yeah, did you do this? Did you do this whole thing when you had your show?
I had a guy he played an iPod, that was our hook.
You simple mother. So how many shows have you done?
Of what? We've done many topics.
Of Never Not Funny.
Oh, we're at closing in on 1,000 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's 13 years. It's a long
That's
time.
landmark. How often do you take?
We do 2 a week.
Two
shows a week. Yeah.
And usually one guest.
Yeah, we have a guest. We had Rob Reiner on recently. We've had who else was on? Wendy McClendon-Covey was.
I
recently
listened to the Wendy McClendon-Covey one the other day.
The Rob Reiner one was a dream. It's like one of my heroes
No
showed
doubt.
up. We've had Paul Reiser and Richard Lewis, and it's just neat to be able to call these people that I grew up idolizing and say, "You want to come and talk like a jackass for an hour?" And they show up, and here we go.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, you're welcome.